Hello everyone, my name is Erin Ruckman, and this is my reflective presentation for our capstone course, EME 6946. During this brief presentation, I am going to give you a project overview, talk about the challenges I faced along the way. I'm also going to discuss lessons learned, and finally I will be talking about how this project aligned with the courses in the graduate program. To begin the project overview, I'd like to talk briefly about the need for this project. I have been working with this company called EF for 9 years now. EF specializes in student travel. Teachers all over the nation can be group leaders if they can recruit students and build a program. One of the many ways in which EF supports these teachers is to offer training tours before embarking on their first student tour. The training tours put teachers in the shoes of students for about 4 days. They can go to Paris, Rome, Madrid, Barcelona, and see what the tours with EF are like. Also provided in this training tour are 2 experienced group leaders. These experienced group leaders run a 2 to 3 hour training tour on how they built their program, how they run their program, and answer any questions that the new group leaders may have. It's a wonderful way to prepare the new group leaders for travel. However, when the teacher returns and begin to start implementing the things that they have learned, it can be a little bit overwhelming. Seldomly do the teachers get research shared on the training tours, and if they do, if they are emailed any of these resources, it can be difficult to piece them together. I have been an experienced group leader for the past 3 years, and I have noticed that there is a little bit of a gap in this information. I have had lots of tour consultants in the Florida region call me and ask me to email resources, to call teachers, to answer questions. And I thought that it would be a good idea to try to develop something that these new group leaders could use whenever it was that they wanted. So my idea was to develop a self-paced learning platform that aligned with the training tour topics, integrate best practices, and hosted resources for the new group leaders to download and make their own. My decision to use Canvas was based on my decision because in my student life, obviously we use Canvas, but I also use Canvas in my work life. We all know that there's a free Canvas teacher platform that makes it really easy to add people with any email from all around the nation. Now, my particular project was based in the Florida region. I work closely with a man by the name of Pete Aramo. He's the regional director here, and he's the person who actually facilitates the training tour. So in the past 3 years, I have been talking to him, about the possibilities of how we could orchestrate something to where the new group leaders would have a little bit better grasp of the materials and a little bit better access to the resources. This self-paced online platform provides alignment with the training tour topics, so it's a little bit easier for the group leaders to understand the organization of the material. This online platform also creates community and support because it has discussion boards where the new group leaders can talk to one another, but also the experienced group leaders and the tour consultants in the Florida region will have access to this and can go in and answer questions. The platform also has a lot of printable resources for the teachers. So they're going to have resources about recruiting. They're going to have resources about preparing travelers, organizing documents and excursions. They're going to have information in there about how to organize student groups and how to get chaperones up to speed and what their responsibilities are. It also has information on how to adopt for different hotels and rooming situations. There's information on how to advertise and how to, maintain a successful program. Throughout the entire class, there are PowerPoint presentations, Word documents, links to external tools that can be used, and lots and lots and lots of examples that these new group leaders can download and make their own. Examples, tips, and resources will include things like pre-made PowerPoints that both I and other experienced group leaders have used in maintaining and growing their programs. It's going to walk them through a PowerPoint that they can use when they're explaining the ins and outs of both EF and what life on a tour is going to look like to parents. It'll help them explain things like why travel with EF, how does group travel work, how their kids are going to be safe. It's going to show that their students are going to be prepared to go on these trips. Tips and tricks that both I and my number one chaperone, Catherine, use are hotel safety cards. Hotel safety card templates are available for them to download and put in the hotels that they're staying along the tour. This is an extra tool for students to have in their wallet just in case, so that they always know the tour director's phone number, of the hotel, and the address. Additionally, there's parent letters in here. Parent letters that are going to be sent home for recruiting purposes that they can download and put into, their own format with their own twist. There are so many resources that are available on this platform that is going to make it easier for these teachers to travel with students. One of the major challenges I faced while developing this platform was transferring nearly all the content to the web-based Rise software. When I initially presented the content of the course to Pete and his team, they had concerns about the lack of visual appeal and that the content might not be so easily digestible. I was able to suggest using Rise to host the course content, and the team was pleased with the new look. Transferring and cutting down the content was time-consuming, but in the end, it was much better for both the client and the group leader. Another unforeseen challenge that I faced was the consistency of my own resources. Over the past 9 years, I have used and edited so many PowerPoints, schedules, handouts, lists, and organizational tools. Gathering them all to fit with the course content was fairly easy, but when I began to go through them, I realized that they were all formatted differently. Going through and ensuring consistency was quite a task. A challenge that most of my classmates can relate to was the timing of this project. Summer certainly presented some challenges for us all. For my particular project, it was difficult to schedule meetings with the team, as June and July are their busiest seasons. If the tour consultants and the regional director, Pete, aren't helping group leaders prepare for departure or troubleshooting on tour, they're traveling themselves. So often I met with Pete and at least one tour consultant. However, scheduling proved to be quite a challenge. I have learned some lessons while developing this project. I've learned how to manage my time better and realized the importance of being prepared with an agenda and a focus while meeting with the clients. I've also learned that ultimately, this is not my project. It's the client's project. Ensuring that the client is pleased with the content is the most important thing. So I definitely have been challenged in my flexibility, but I have learned that it is absolutely essential for the success of a project. There are 5 main courses that aligned with the creation of this project. The Foundations and Principal courses provided me the opportunity to understand the importance of alignment and consistency of content and instructional design concepts, which essentially are the backbone of this project. The Implementation of Instructional Technology Projects course provided me with the tools and a significant amount of practice with time management and scheduling. Web-based tools allowed for the exploration of the 2 major tools that I used in this project, Rise and Visme. Without the opportunity to explore those, I'm not sure that I would have so quickly been able to offer alternative suggestions. And finally, distance learning implementation provided the opportunity to develop and facilitate a course of my very own. In summary, this self-paced online learning platform had its challenges, consistency of resources, and transferring most of the content into an alternative software, and having enough of the client's time and guidance. However, there were many lessons to be learned that included my own flexibility for client satisfaction. Ultimately, this learning platform proved to be significantly aligned with my graduate program in instructional design technology with a specialization in distance learning. This new group leader platform will be launched this fall at the Florida Regional Training Tour in Madrid. Both Catherine, the redhead in all the pictures, my number one chaperone and recruiter, and I will serve as the experienced group leaders on that training tour. We will facilitate the course with a group of 40 teachers in attendance until their travel dates next spring. Data collected from these new group leaders will determine how we proceed with the course in the future. For the time being, Pete and the team would like to put struggling group leaders in the course next week to see if between now and the fall we can get some feedback regarding course usability. Overall, creating the new group leader course for this capstone project has been an excellent learning experience. I've been lucky enough to have spent this time working on something that I am so passionate about. Thank you all so much for the support and guidance along the way. It has been wonderful working with each of you. I hope to see you online.